Welcome to another new episode of the Get Organised with Decluttr Me podcast with myself, Shelina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. As always, I'm so happy to hear from you and to have you as part of my decluttering and organising journey, and also your journey as well. So if you're new to here or you've been listening for ages, thank you. I am so grateful. And if you love what you hear, as always, I ask, can you please share this? Can you tell your friends? Put it out there on social media. That would be the most amazing thing you can do for me. And also, if you want to leave a review, that would be amazing as well. So thank you for listening today. Today, I am going to be starting on a mini declutter series where you only need about 15 to 20 minutes to sort out the area. It can be overwhelming and a lot to deal with, especially when you're alone. But listening to me whilst you get on with clearing the space can help motivate you and also get it done. So today I wanted to dive into a topic that's close to many of your hearts: books. From treasured paperbacks to your ever-growing ebook collections, we're going to explore how to declutter and organize your reading materials so you can find what you need when you need it and create a space that's enjoyable as the books you read. If you have a lot of books, you'll not be able to complete this in a mini declutter session, but work on one shelf or one page of your Kindle. The aim of the mini decluttering is to ensure you do not get overwhelmed with the task and to help you get organized as soon as possible. Let's start with the physical books. So over the years, our bookshelves can easily become overloaded with volumes we no longer read or need. It's time to face the clutter and make some decisions. The first step is to pull everything out from one shelf, lay them out where you can see them, and let's start evaluating. As you sort your physical books, ask yourself these key questions. Will I read this book? Why am I holding on to this book? Is this book outdated and no longer relevant? Is this book a duplicate? Have we outgrown this book? Could I get this book at the library or a library app if I ever wanted to read it again? Could this book be found in an e-reader and stored virtually instead? Be honest with yourself. If a book no longer fits your interests or you're unlikely to read it again, it might be time to let it go. Consider donating it to a local charity, passing it on to a friend, or selling it online. A close friend and I don't even return our book to our shelves. We put it in our bag, ready to give it to each other the next time we meet. If I don't think my friend will enjoy the book, I donate it to another friend who has a free library outside her home in Dubai. I drop books to her every week from clients, especially kids' books, which help me feel great and ensures that they have another life. Remember, it's okay to part with your books. Just because you bought them, it doesn't mean you have to keep them. We all evolve, and so do our tastes. So if you're struggling with this, think about the space it takes up and how much space could be better used. Once you've decluttered one shelf, categorize the books you are keeping. Everyone has their own categories, so I like to do by fiction and non-fiction, biographies, coffee table books, and language. Alternatively, you might organize them by author or even by size if you're into a bit of the aesthetic stuff. Or if you are, and I'd say it with dread, if you're into the rainbow organizing, you could do it by that. Just bear in mind, a lot of book spines do not have all the rainbows of the colours. So like they'll have black or white, which is not in the rainbow colours. So as you can tell, and I've talked about this before, I'm not a fan of the whole rainbow thing, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Just remember, Richard of York gave battle in vain. That's my helpful thing for you to do your rainbows today. Yeah, some of you love it. I've found it painful. So yeah, let's not. Try to do something else. Anyway, if you have limited time, put the books in their categories onto the shelf. If you have more time, declutter the next shelf and the next. The more time you have, the better you can put the same categories back onto the shelf. But make sure you're not overwhelmed by the process. If it gets too much, stop and then return the books you're keeping onto the shelves. Also, I want you to think about your reading habits. So do you read a lot of cookbooks or travel guides? Place them where they're most easily accessible. You might want to reserve a prime shelf space for your most frequently read books, or those you're currently engrossed in. If you have a special collection like first editions or signed copies, give them a place of honor. With fiction books, consider if you will reread them again. If not, donate them immediately and think about getting them from a library in future rather than buying them, as they're easily available normally. With non-fiction, consider if you reference this book, especially if it's for learning a new skill. Did you learn that skill? Will you ever? How relevant is the book for you now? If it is a pregnancy one, but your kids are teenagers now, it might be time to let it go. For kids' books, donate the ones you have outgrown and hold no sentimental value for them or yourself. I know it's nice to keep these thin books to pass on to the grandchildren, but that means then you're taking up valuable real estate for a few decades. Think about donating them and your kids can get the books that they want for their children when they're the right age. I have limited space to store my cookbooks in my kitchen, so I've kept 3 special ones in my kitchen that are on the currently on the counter space, and the rest are on my bookshelf behind me, just behind there. If you have more space in your kitchen, put them up so you can easily access them when cooking. I also collect travel guides and books for places I have visited and like to showcase them on cupboards and on coffee tables, and they're just in various places. They are my thing, so I like to have them so that I can look at them and go, yay, I went there. So you can see behind, I have one for Monaco, and I went to Monaco last year and it made me so happy because I'm a massive Formula 1 fan. I love the Monaco track, always wanted to go to Monaco Grand Prix. Didn't do that, but I did sit on a bus in Monaco and run around the roads where the track is, and it was the greatest thing. So I have that book, and it's prime place because it means so much to me. And I also have another books nearby for Tuscany, which was also a massive love of. It was an amazing place to go to. So as you can hear me talking, I am so happy talking about these places, and these books make me really happy. So if you have books that do that to you, keep them in a prime place so you can see them, you can feel them, you can open them, and you can look at them. Just do it that you feel happy in yourself and in your environment as well. When you're organizing your books on the shelves, if you have open ends, get some bookends. They can help tidy your books upright and make your shelves look really tidy. And remember, it's not just about looks, it's keeping books in place to help prevent them getting damaged. I bought bookends from home stores in sales and also from Amazon. I am weirdly fussy about what bookends to put on my limited bookshelf. I've only got one bookshelf, which is the one behind me if you're watching the video. So I just kept on rejecting ones that I found in stores, but I kept manifesting and dreaming about getting some lovely ones for my special books. Then one day I went to a furniture store opening and won an amazing pair of marble bookends. And they're like amazing, and they're so apt because they're horses, and Dubai is famous for the horses, and they're just so beautiful. So yeah, I manifested it. It's the best thing ever. So you may not manifest a free pair of bookends, but you can always try. Now let's shift our focus to ebooks. Our digital libraries can quickly become just as cluttered as our physical ones if we're not careful. Start by reviewing your ebook collection. Many of us download books on a whim and then forget about them. Take some time to go through your ebooks and delete any that you know that you won't read. I like doing this whilst I watch something on TV, a good series or a movie. I call it the Netflix and declutter, but it could be Apple TV and declutter, but it doesn't sound as good. Remove all the books you don't want or haven't read or didn't enjoy. Creating folders or collections within your e-reader app can make a big difference. For example, you might have a folder for books you're currently reading, a wish list folder, and a folder for completed reads. This way, you'll have a more streamlined digital library and can easily find what you're looking for. This is especially useful if you have a favourite author and forgot what title you have read already. So I have that problem with Lisa Jewell books. I have the added issue as I buy them in paper form and ebook. So now I have a spreadsheet stating which ones I've read, going to read, and don't have a copy of. Yep, I am that organised even for my Lisa Jewell books. Another helpful tip to sort out your ebooks is by priority. So if you're eager to read certain titles, place them in a prominent position so they don't get lost among the others. Some e-readers will allow you to tag books with labels or stars, which can also help with the organisation. Let's not forget about the backup. It's essential to protect your digital library by backing up. If you haven't already, sync your ebooks to a cloud service or an external hard drive. This ensures that even if something happens to your device, your collection is safe. With Amazon and Apple, they are already saved in their cloud, so you don't have to worry about backing up. When it comes to maintaining order, whether it's physical or digital, regular upkeep is really key. Set a reminder every few months to reassess your collection and make it a habit to donate books you no longer need and keep your digital library curated. Regular maintenance will save you from feeling overwhelmed and help you to stay organized. So before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit some of the tips we've covered. So first, sort and declutter. So assess each book's value and the relevance. Next is organize. So categorize and arrange your books in a way that works for you. Next is a digital cleanup. So regularly review and organize your ebooks. Then backup. So protect your digital library by backing it up. Then do the regular maintenance or schedule periodic reviews to keep everything in check. And that's it for today on this episode of Decluttering and Organising Your Books. I hope you're feeling totally inspired to tackle your book collection and can create a space that truly reflects your love for reading. Remember, it's not just about tidying up, it's about creating a space that brings joy and ease to your life. If you did enjoy this episode, please do subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback helps me so much to create content that's even more useful to you. And as always, you can find more special tips and tricks on my website and social media at Decluttr Me. Thank you again for listening, and I will talk to you next week. Take care. Bye.